Hi everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my crafty den. So I am starting a series on a budget-friendly way to DIY your own traveler's notebook. Now this is a good idea for somebody who wants to try it without investing a lot of money, but I found that this method worked really well for me. So I'm going to do a series on how to make your own notebook and how to put all the insides in, how to DIY all the insides, the inserts, the dashboards, shaker cards, the cheapest and easiest way. So the first thing that I did to show you is there are this many different sizes of traveler's notebook. Now to get this information, all I did was went on Google and typed in traveler's notebook sizes, and this is what came up. So you can get anything from as big as a composition book, which is 7 by 10 inches, right down to a little 3 by 4 inch A7 micro. So you can go from there. So what I recommend is that you find the sizes, write them down, and what I did, because this numbers don't make a whole lot of sense to me unless I can visually see what I want. So what I did was I went through, and the ones that I thought that I might be interested in carrying, I just cut a piece of paper out that size and put it down so I could see what size it was. So the next thing that you're going to do is, let me set that aside, is gather your supplies together. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer. I am going to use a small pair of scissors. I am going to use my crocodile. This is my We Are Memory Keepers crocodile, because it has the hole punches and it has the regular size, or the small size, but then the even smaller size, which is what I like to use for this, and because I can measure it. But you don't need that to make the holes. You can use a pokey tool. Let me see, mine was right here, but oh, there it is. So you could just use one of these little pokey tools that you can get from Dollar Tree. They come in handy for a gazillion different things. And my end just fell off of that, so I'm going to have to put that back on. And for the cover itself, I use a placemat, a plastic placemat from Dollar Tree, or Dollarama, or the grocery store, or anything else like that. And then of course you're going to need your cordage, your elastic cordage, just a 2mm cordage. But you could go on Amazon and Google it. You don't need a great big roll like that either. You could get a smaller roll. So I have some different placemats here, and I just want to show you the different variety that you can get. So let me move you up just a little bit so that you can see more of the placemats. And I have this one that has kitty cats on it, but this one is really cool because when I turn it over to the other side, it has puppies on it. So this one would have, when you fold this one over, this one would have a front and a back, and it would be reversible. All you'd have to do is change your elastics. I have this one, which is kind of an organic, and what these are, hear that? These are the plastic ones. These are the cushioned rubbery ones. They aren't strong enough to keep the cordage, your knot, from coming through for your binding and stuff like that. They'll tear. But I found these hard plastic ones are fine. And they wear and wear and wear, and they're great. So this would be nice if somebody liked this subtle green color with this print on it. I have this one, and depending on the size of your notebook, it would actually be pretty nice. You know, like you could cut it out so that, like, this was your front, like this part right here. And you have to kind of look at it. It's $1.25 for your placemat. So don't think about it as trying to get the most for your buck that you can get. Cut your favorite part of the pattern out and use that. But this one would be nice. And the one that I made the first time was a chocolate brown squared with beige, with leaves and some gold tones to it, which was really, really pretty. And I haven't seen that one for a while. This one is a black and white damask. This is a little wee, no, this is, yeah, we're back to this one. This one, and this one. The last three that I showed you are white on the other side, so your interior would be white unless you wanted to use the white side and have the pattern on the inside, and that's completely acceptable too. And then I found these two. This one wants to curl up a little bit. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. This is like a cafe, restaurant, bar, a street scene. It looks like a street scene in Italy or something like that. Maybe like, isn't this pretty? And it's reversible as well. This is the other side of it. So I've got two like this. I've got this print, and it's got these rich blues, these kind of peacock turquoise colors with the red brick and this slate on. It's just so, so pretty. And this side has this rich, rich blue. So just by changing the color, now if you cut it out of this center part, you'd have the richness of those colors on both sides. And then this one, and it's the same type of thing. Look at that bicycle. Wouldn't that bicycle be amazing for the front of a traveler's notebook? I think it would be awesome. And then this scene here would be your back. So you might just use this part right here. And this one is, wow, is reversible. And it has this cafe scene, this outdoor cafe. And it looks like an oil painting. The colors on this side of this one look like an oil painting. They're so, so pretty. So for me, I think I'm going to go with this bit of a scene right here for my front cover. And I am going to make this, I want to carry an A6 size once in a while. I like that. But I'm actually thinking of doing a, let me see. I'm going to do a B6. Because that's a size I've never tried. Now that is 5 by 7 on the front. So I'm going to grab my ruler, and 5 and 5 is 10. So if I put my 5-inch mark here, which would kind of be the center of my notebook, I can kind of look and see where this is going to go. So this bicycle scene would be, that would be just in the front, that 5 inches right there. And then 7 inches would be right about here. So that would be my front right here. And that's something that you've got to think about. So I'm going to put my fingers here and flip this over and see what part of this print on the other side I get. And I get this really rich orangey tones that looks like these are flowers. They're actually like what it actually looks like. I'm going to give you a close-up look of this. It actually looks like somebody has painted a picture by using a spatula and putting oil paints on. This is really pretty. So I'm kind of liking this as well. That would make a nice fall toned color with those color with these colors. It would be a nice fall tone. So that's perfectly acceptable to me. This whole thing would be awesome to carry in the fall. So what I'm going to do, this is how I started my last one. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to make sure that I keep this bottom straight right here. And I'm going to press this, and I'm going to work this, just work up and down this. I want it straight though. Make sure I get it straight. And it's hard with this plastic to get it straight too. You get it off a little wee bit. There, I'm going to hold it there. It's slippery. It's hard to hold. There, I'm going to straighten it back out again. Now I want 5 inches from the center. No, I want 5.5. How wide do I want my notebook to be? Now I have to take into account for the spine. So I've got my 5 inches this way, right? Because this is going to be 5 by 7 inches. So I've got 5 inches this way, but I have to take into account some space for the spine, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure from this line, open this up. It's just cutting. It's all about cutting. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to measure from that line 5. How much do I have the other way? 6, 7. So I've got lots. So 5 inches from there. I am going to cut this off. And then I am going to go 6 inches from here this time. I guess it would make more sense if I did it this way. 6 inches. 6 or 6.5. I'm trying to figure out how much I want to put in this book. I think 1 inch for my spine is going to be lots. And once again, I have trouble with my my paper trimmer because my numbers on here, these numbers are worn off. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this where I folded it. I'm taking this spine and I'm measuring 5, 10, I'm going to go 11 inches. So I'm going to do 1 inch spine. There. That's pretty good. And then my height is going to be, so now I have squared corners as well instead of the rounded corners because I've cut both ends off. So now I'm going to measure my height measurement, which is 7 inches. Which is right there, I think. And then straighten that up, and I'm going to cut that off like that. That's a nice size, eh? That's a nice size for a notebook. I like that size. Basically, what you want to do now, you've got your size, so you've cut double the width of your book plus 1 inch for your spine. That's lots for what I'm doing with this. Now, if you wanted to make one of these and you wanted to make one of those chunky monkey, like, you know, wrap 6 books in here and have it really big, do 1.5 inches for this spine. Then instead of 11 inches, you would make it 11.5 inches. So I think I've got that pretty much where I want it. And I need to find my middle markings now. I usually like to fold it to find the marker, but yeah, my fingers aren't working right tonight. Anyway, so I've got, this is 11 inches, which means 5.5 inches will be my center. So find your center, come down about just about 1/4 inch from the top. Find your center and find something to mark it with. I'm going to use this pencil because I think I can make it show up. Yeah, I can make it show up. So find your middle, find your center, which is 5.5 for me, go over about 1/4 of an inch and make another line, and then go over 1/4 of an inch and make another line. Turn it around and do the same thing at the other end. Find your center right there. Find your halfway mark, 1/4 of an inch this side and 1/4 of an inch this side. So now what we're going to do is I am going to take this hole, the bigger hole, and I am going to mark it on this at, let me see, where's the 1/4 of an inch mark? 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. This way I can get them all the same. So I'm going to do my center one first. Put it in there, the 1/4 of an inch. Find, I can't see that you can see that, but I can see the end of my pencil mark there. So I'm just going to pop that out. Then I'm going to go to, I can see my pencil mark, and I'm going to line this side up. Or actually, it's this side up with my pencil mark. So I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to do it so I can see the pencil mark down that side. Just like that. Then I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to do the same thing so I can see the pencil mark on that side. So I've got my holes the same distance apart. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to eyeball through the hole so that I can see the middle pencil mark, and I am going to clip and move to the right so I can see the pencil line on the outside, and then I'm going to go here so I can see the pencil line on the outside, and I'm going to go again, and that puts my holes exactly where I want them. Then I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to go in that center line, that center hole here, that center hole here, and I am going to draw a line up there. See, these will all come off afterwards. And then I'm going to measure, because this is 7 inches, I'm going to measure at the 3.5 inch mark. Right there. And I have my center. Now, obviously, I can't use this to go through here, and that's where this comes in. This hole doesn't have to be as big anyway. And, oops, I'm sorry. I was just looking to see where it was. So I'm just going to use my pokey hole, or pokey tool. I keep saying pokey hole. I'm going to pokey a hole. Yeah. There. Now, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger with something, but just not yet. That's just where it's going to be. And I'm going to just erase off my pencil lines. I don't need them now. So I have all my holes punched. Now, at this point, you've made a TN cover. That's all you need to do. You're finished. Except for stringing it, you're finished. But for mine, I think I'm going to put some eyelets on here. I have some brass eyelets, and I think they'll look really, really pretty with this. So just hold 1 second, and I'll be right back. So I have, let me see. I have some silver, and I have some like brushed nickel. I need some more eyelets. But I have these ones that I think will be really, really nice on here. 3, do I have enough? 4, 5, and 1 more. There's other ones mixed in there, so yes, I have enough. And they're easy enough to put in. I actually, you don't need a crocodile. Before you get to this point and you go, oh my gosh, I can't do that, I don't have a crocodile, or I can't set eyelets. This is strong enough to hold. My first one doesn't have eyelets in it. My second one doesn't have eyelets in it. I'm just doing this now because I have it and I like it, and yeah. But you don't have to have these. You absolutely don't. I just think it'll look good on here, that's all. So I'm going to put these on and I'll be right back. So my eyelets are in and I want my corners rounded. Now the best way to round your corners is to, it would be nice if you could use these, but they don't cut through here very well. I'll take this piece of scrap and I'll kind of show you. It's very hard, but it mostly just stretches and it'll make a line, but it doesn't cut through. But what I did the last time was I just took something with a rounded, like this. I just took something that was round, like this, put it on the corner like this, and then drew around here like that. You don't need a corner jumper, see? So that's all I did. And what I did was I just eyeballed it so that it's at the edge here and at the edge here. And then just trace it, just like that. I can see it. And the nice thing about this shiny stuff is that when you use a pencil and you put a mark on it, you can hold it up to the light and you can see it even if it's on really dark. So get it lined up and do your little curve. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut. Just cut it. And I'm going to follow that line right on that edge. There. So now I have a nice corner. And I try to be very, very careful when I'm making this cut, because this is your finished product. Very little cut, and one more. There. Now, that's almost done. So now I'm going to take, and I need this hole to be a little wee bit bigger. So now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to shove it through there, and I'm going to make that hole just a tad bigger. Just a tad. There. So now we're going to string it. And to string it, I want 4 straps on this. I want 4. Let's see if I can get this off. It would be much nicer with this off. I'll get that off after. But, so I'm going to take this, and what I want is 4 straps. So to get my length, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. And then I'm going to take about that much because I want to tie a knot, and I'm going to cut. So I have my cord. So this is how you do it. Your knot is going to be on the inside. This is going to be my inside to start because I'm going to go with the bicycle on the outside. So this is going to be my inside to start. So I'm going to go from the inside to the outside like that, and I'm going to leave about that much, right, because my knot's going to be in the middle here. Then I'm going to go flip it over, and I'm going to go to the one side like that. See? You're not going to go up and down the outside. You're going to go up and down the inside. So then I'm going to flip it back over again. And I'm going to go to the outside on the other end, like that. And then I'm going to come in the middle, just like that. Then I'm going to go out through the middle again. And I'm going to come up. Let me flip it over so I can see. I'm going to come up through this one. And then I am going to go to the other end. So I've got my 3 cords so far. Then I'm going to come back in through the middle again. And then I'm going to meet in the middle right there. And I am just going to take these and I'm going to tighten them enough that I have a little teeny weeny bit of a bow. Not much, just a teeny weeny bit. And I'm going to tie my knot right there, like this. Just like this, and pull it nice and tight. So there, it's strung. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 cords. So now I can take this extra little bit off. Just like that. So now we have to make the one that's going to hold it closed. So I am going to take my book and I'm going to close it like this. I have to get that other fold in it still. And I'm going to take my cordage and I'm going to wrap it around to my book. And I am going to cut it just like that, because that's really all we need. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to tie a knot right here at the end, like that. I didn't want to waste any, but I do have a hard time with my fingers working sometimes. So I have a nice chunky, whoops, I have a nice chunky, oh, I didn't do that right. I must have flipped one the wrong way. There, I'm going to do it like this. You can do it this way too. I have the worst time with my fingers tying bows and knots and things like that. So there, that's good enough. I have a nice chunky knot, and that's what I need. So now you have to put this through that little hole, and that's quite big. So I will get a little piece of wire, because that's the way I've always done it before. So take a little piece of wire. This is the easiest way to do it. Put it through your loop and put your ends together, and then shove your ends through your little hole. I can't even hardly see my little hole. You worry about making this hole too big, and then and then it's just not big enough. There. So put both the pieces of wire through that, get there, and then just pull, and it will come through. And that'll hold. So you've created, I still got to do my other fold, but you've created a traveler's notebook. Absolutely. So I want to go, because my other fold is just on that side of my yeah, I want there to there, and I want to work this down. I'm trying to make a spine is what I'm doing there, and I got that other side. So I have a spine, I have my book, I have my closure. It's that cute. This one's cracking a little bit here, but that won't matter. I mean, it's not going to break or anything like that. My other one, once you get the books inside of it and you give it some substance and it has something to back up against, this is going to be really pretty. I like this color, this pattern on this placemat. It's gorgeous. Yeah, so I like it. So there, I showed you how to make a traveler's notebook. So grab yourself some cordage, find some cordage at you know, at the store, or it doesn't take very much. Like, I mean, it doesn't take, what does it take? It takes 4 7s are 28, 5 and 5 is 10, so 38. So it takes about a yard, and if you had a yard and a half, if you had 4 feet of cordage, that would be enough. So it's done. I get to the end and I think, oh, there's got to be more, but there's not, because that's how easy that is. Now, I don't have, do I have? I don't think I have an A6 notebook to put in here, but I'm going to make a few, and it's going to be great. So on the back here, you could dangle a charm off here. On the back here, you could put a lobster claw with a dangle hanging down. You can put dashboards. You open this up, you're going to put your notebooks in here, and then it's not pretty on the inside too. And then you're going to have dashboards and a shaker board, and maybe make a pen clip and put it in here. And yeah, isn't this going to be pretty? And you could carry that. That's perfectly fine. It's durable enough that it'll stand up, and this cordage will last a long, long time. This is good elastic, really good elastic. The 2 mil is the perfect size, and yeah, I love it. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty. There. I like it. Anyway, if you like this and you think this is going to be a good series, comment down below and let me know. So if you're not already a subscriber and you want to catch the rest of this series, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification button as well, so that you'll be notified when I upload a video. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next video.